Sometimes, the quietest places hold the loudest secrets. And when Mira Lane moved to Sycamore Hill, she unknowingly stepped into a story that was far from over. Before we unravel this unsettling case, one filled with secrets, suspicions, and a death that may not be what it seems, make sure to like this video and subscribe to True Crime Teejan, where real cases leave you questioning everything. Mira Lane came to Sycamore Hill wanting a fresh start, but 3 weeks later, she was found dead with a cup of tea still warm in her hand. And the only suspect? Her quiet, reclusive neighbor, a woman with a very dark past. But what if the victim wasn't really a victim at all? What if this entire case was a trap? Lena Harper was once a rising star in the publishing world. A best-selling author with a bright future. Her novels, a mix of mystery and psychological drama, earned her acclaim and fortune. She was engaged to Daniel Lane, a charismatic environmental lawyer, and the two were considered a power couple. That is, until Daniel vanished during a solo hiking trip in Montana. Search teams combed the area for weeks. No body was ever found. No sign of a struggle. Just his car, parked at the trail entrance, and a cryptic voicemail he left Lena the night before: "I know what you did. We'll talk when I get back." Lena was never charged with a crime. But the media pounced. Her book sales dropped. She gave one tearful interview, then vanished. Buying a cottage in a forgotten town on the edge of Sycamore Hill. She spent her days gardening. Writing stories no one would read. Avoiding the world. Until Mira Lane knocked on her door with banana bread and a smile. Mira seemed too good to be true. Young, vibrant, eager to make friends. She said she worked remotely as a freelance web designer and had grown tired of city life. She moved into the old Miller place across from Lena's and quickly became a regular fixture. At first, Lena kept her distance. But Mira was persistent. She brought books over. Asked for gardening tips. Shared recipes. And Lena, perhaps longing for connection, began to open up. But something about Mira's questions felt off. She asked about Daniel, his favorite books, his career, the hiking trip. Lena always gave short answers, changing the subject. Mira seemed to file away every word. Then Mira started leaving little gifts. A framed photo of a forest. A necklace with an old compass pendant. Lena found them thoughtful, until she noticed the compass matched one Daniel used to carry. A detail never released to the public. 3 weeks after moving in, Mira missed a scheduled coffee visit. Then another. Her blinds stayed closed. Her mailbox overflowed. Lena knocked. Called. Waited. On the 4th day, she called the police. Detective Noah Briggs responded. A veteran officer nearing retirement, Briggs had seen plenty of suicides, overdoses, and domestic disputes. But something about the quiet tension in Lena's voice made him pay attention. Inside, Mira was found seated at her kitchen table. A tea set in front of her. One cup knocked over. Poisoned. Toxicology later confirmed oleander poisoning. A lethal dose. Oleander, beautiful but deadly, just happened to grow in Lena's garden. A detail not lost on Briggs. The initial evidence seemed damning. Lena's fingerprints were on the teacup. Her scarf was found in Mira's hallway. Her recent online search history included oleander toxicity. When asked, Lena explained the scarf was from a visit days earlier. The fingerprint? She said Mira often invited her over and reused dishes. The search? For a scene she was writing in her unpublished novel. But what about the email? Unsent. Left open on Mira's laptop. It read, "If anything happens to me, look into Lena Harper. She has secrets." Still, Lena had no clear motive. She barely knew Mira. Or so it seemed. As the investigation continued, Detective Briggs made a discovery that shifted everything. Mira Lane wasn't real. Her real name was Marissa Lane, Daniel Lane's younger sister. She had changed her name legally 2 years earlier. Purchased identity protection services. Wiped her digital footprint. But not completely. Old blog entries, university records, and a family obituary tied the pieces together. Briggs uncovered a storage unit rented under her original name. Inside, newspaper clippings of Lena and Daniel. A corkboard covered in red string. Journal entries detailing Marissa's obsession with solving her brother's disappearance. She believed Lena was responsible. And she wasn't alone. Some online sleuths had speculated as much in old Reddit threads. But Marissa went further. She moved next door. She befriended her suspect. And, as it turned out, she plotted revenge. For weeks, Marissa journaled her descent into obsession. She detailed her plans to gain Lena's trust. To gather circumstantial evidence. And, if all else failed, to frame Lena for murder using oleander poisoning. Marissa had begun microdosing herself with diluted oleander extracts weeks before. Testing her body's reactions. Measuring out tolerances. Planning to appear poisoned but survive, with Lena set to take the fall. But something went wrong. On the day of her frame job, she miscalculated the dose. Or maybe, she didn't. Maybe she changed her mind. The journal stops mid-sentence. The last entry reads, "If I die, then maybe justice finds her anyway." Cleared of suspicion, Lena issued no public statement. She quietly sold her home, changed her number, and disappeared again. Some believe she left the country. Others say she never really existed to begin with. But a few things remain unanswered. Why did Lena keep Daniel's old compass hidden in a desk drawer? Why did she scrub her laptop clean of emails from Daniel? And why did she really stop writing after his death? Even Detective Briggs, now retired, admits, "I believe Marissa went too far. But I also believe she was chasing something real." Was Daniel's disappearance truly an accident? Could Lena have staged the voicemail? Did Marissa drive herself mad chasing ghosts, or did she catch one? Some theorists suggest Lena was guilty of emotional abuse, leading Daniel to fake his own death. Others think she snapped during an argument and hid his body. A few believe Daniel is alive somewhere, watching this story unfold. There's even a theory that Daniel and Lena conspired together, and when he got cold feet, she silenced him. One thing is clear. The tragedy at Sycamore Hill has no neat ending. Just broken lives. Lost years. And a house that now sits empty. Sometimes, the most dangerous crimes aren't committed with guns or knives. But with charm, trust, and poison hidden in a cup of tea. Was Lena Harper a grieving woman hunted by obsession? Or a killer who outlasted her accuser? And what would you do if you believed someone got away with murder, and no one else would stop them? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Was Marissa a hero? Or a villain? Should Lena have been arrested? Or pitted? Subscribe for more chilling true crime stories. And remember, not all mysteries are meant to be solved. Sometimes the truth is more unsettling than the mystery itself. Stay curious, stay cautious, and I will see you in the next story.